Do not be among the foolish shabab, the foolish youth who waste their years and they haven't really achieved much, or the only thing that they've achieved is amounting dunya. And so, mashallah, nice car, nice house, but jahil, ignorant concerning the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Know that you are the future. And you're not just the future, you're the near future. And each and every one of us from the elder brothers will tell you, it was just yesterday that we were your age. And it was just yesterday that we were beginning to practice. Just yesterday. And it doesn't feel as though it was more than a few days. And those days have passed extremely quickly. Your elder brother, Sheikh Taqweem, will tell you that this period, it is a period, brothers and sisters, and when we began to practice in the early 90s, then we were just your age. And we would look at individuals our age, grey and old and elderly. We would look at them as old and elderly. Even though, we were not old and elderly, just yet. Lakin, we would look at them as old and elderly. We would look at them as we have a long way to go to reach their age. And now, subhanallah al-azim, we see ourselves, ikhwan, reaching these ripe years very quickly. And so, consider that. Do not be among the foolish shabab, the foolish youth who waste their years, and then before they know it, they're looking at their 50s, and they haven't really achieved much, or the only thing that they've achieved is amounting dunya. And so, mashallah, nice car, nice house, but jahil, ignorant concerning the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ignorant concerning what Allah Azza wa Jal has made halal and what Allah Azza wa Jal has made haram. And if you were to ask them, the majority of them, if they're upon good, then they will say to you, Wallahi, I wish that I'd spent some time learning the deen and studying the deen. Wallahi, I wish I'd spent more time studying the book of Allah. Wallahi, I wish I'd spent more time studying the sunnah. But it's too late for me now. Though it isn't too late, but that is the reality of most of those who have reached the ages of 50 and above. And so, my young brothers, I say to you, it is a blessing that you're here. It is a blessing that you've come with your elders and that you have around you brothers that are concerned about your outcome, brothers that are concerned about your nurturing, brothers that are trying to keep you safe. And they don't look at their actions as being police or policing you. Look at them as elder brothers who love you, elder brothers who want good for you, elder brothers who, when they advise, their advice revolves around 30 years or more in some instances of experience. It's not just yesterday our brothers have been upon this path. Take their advice, listen to them well and listen to them keenly. And if there is anything that I can advise you with, is to spend your time busying yourself with the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And we've said it on previous occasions that Imam al-Bukhari was an A'jami. These A'imma, that is, he was a non-Arab. Many of the A'imma, Ikhwan of the Deen, they were A'ajib. They were non-Arabs. That is, they didn't, or Arabic was not their first language. But Allah Azza wa Jal raised them, raised their station with ilm, with knowledge, raised them with understanding to the extent that Imam al-Bukhari, you would nearly not have a dars, whether it is from the durus of tafsir or from the durus of fiqh or from the durus of aqidah or from the durus of hadith, except that you will hear his name and you will hear those ahadith that he collected with his chain of narration, though he was not from the Arab. And similarly, many of the regions that were regions of hadith were filled with non-Arabs. regions that are modern day Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and these regions, يعني Afghanistan. These regions were regions of knowledge and hadith, of ulama. And so it was not just the lands of the Arab that Allah Azza wa Jal blessed with people of knowledge, but even the lands of the non-Arab. When you look at Spain, Spain was a region and was a land that was filled with ulama, bright, intelligent ulama. And so many of you, with the level of intelligence that Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed you with, reach for the stars, as it is said. Don't consider yourself any less able to become an imam and to become a great alim from the ulama of the Muslimin. It is not outside of your capability if Allah Azza wa Jal wills. And so have that aspiration. Consider that. Try and reach for that. Look at this masjid and consider the fact that one day, perhaps it will be you upon that minbar. The ma'had that is behind you. Perhaps one day it will be you teaching the next generation, teaching them the sunnah and carrying this legacy and conveying this legacy. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make it easy for you to obtain that which is beneficial from knowledge and to keep you upon this path, even though you're surrounded by what you're surrounded by, to keep you firm upon the way of Allah Azza wa Jal and His Messenger, in the way of the Salaf of this Ummah. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى يوفقنا وإياكم لما يحبه ويرضاه وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.